congratulations to both the scholars, the staff, and everyone who worked to make this day a reality, and what comes next. So please applaud for yourself. I am very happy to see so many familiar faces and some scholars that I got the chance to work with. I am very honored and excited to be here. I feel very nervous, but I'm going to try my best. As you may be able to tell, English, there's an accent. English is not my first language, Spanish is, and I've been spending a lot of time with my family, so that means that I've only been speaking Spanish. So I apologize if there are things that I do not understand. I will try my best to bring my brain back to English mode. I want to tell you a little bit about my journey and what I've accomplished so far, and along the way share with you some wisdom that hopefully will make your journeys a little bit easier. My goal is to show you an example of what curiosity, determination, and kindness or compassion can help you accomplish. I emigrated from Mexico when I was 9 years old. We came to the US because my father and my extended family have moved here, so we wanted to reunite with them. It was very hard for me to make this move. I was 9, so I understood kind of what was going on, but at the same time, not really. So when we came here, I had to leave my friends, my family, school, everything behind, and everything here was unknown. Yeah, people kept telling me that I should be excited that I was reuniting with my family, but they were all strangers to me, right? I've never met them before. To make things worse, when I got here, I didn't speak English, and when I did try, people made fun of my accent. And for many of you that I know, English is not your first language either, and it's not fun when people make fun of your accent. So I really struggled on that part. But thankfully, the education in Mexico is actually pretty good. So when I came here, I was ahead of my peers in basically every other subject other than English. So when it came to math or anything else, I had the ability to call my peers, and that's how I made friends. That being said, I got top marks in everything except for English, where I earned an F. And that was really disappointing for me. Not because I earned an F, but because I didn't want my teachers to think that I was being lazy. Education is something that I consider a privilege, right? So by no means did I want my teachers to think that I was just taking their words for granted and that I wasn't trying my best. And so with that in mind, I buckled down and I watched cartoons. Because Pikachu and Goku, my English teachers. There were so many episodes that I had seen in Spanish, and there were reruns in English. So I already knew the arc, right? I already knew what was going to happen. So because of that, I was able to learn English so much quicker. And although it did take a long time for me to actually speak, because I was ashamed, but I did very well in my test. And my 4th grade teacher actually, there was ESL, and then there was just regular English. And I had a test from the regular English where the teacher asked me questions in English, and I perfectly answered them incorrectly to show him that I didn't speak English. And so then my 4th grade teacher was like, you clearly know English, otherwise you wouldn't have answered them exactly incorrectly. Why did you do that? And I said, oh, because I don't want to speak English because people will make fun of me. And then she motivated me to really try. After having to translate for my parents at hospitals and stores, I became more confident. And over time, I tried my best. I think that a lot of people who know me here might have a hard time believing that at some point in time, I was a quiet person. Yeah. But, you know, I still struggle, but I am patient with myself and I am trying the best that I can. My parents are very hardworking, just like many of your own parents. My mom neither of my parents had the chance to receive an education while in Mexico. So both of them worked doing cleaning jobs. There's no greater motivation than having to help your parents at their own job and really helping you achieve what you want. So my mom was a housekeeper. So this means that during the weekends, I had the privilege of helping my mom to clean other people's messes. How many people here like to clean? Really? Wow, good for you. So now imagine having to clean a mess that you didn't make. And doing this over and over and over again in a perpetual cycle that you don't know when will end. Yeah, not fun, right? So because of this, at some point, I sat myself down. I don't know when this happened, but I have a lot of conversations with myself, and I do refer to myself in the third person a lot. And I think this is one of the reasons to my success. Anyway, I sat myself down and I said, Maria, you know, there are two things that can happen. One, you keep going the way that things are, and you also become a housekeeper, and you continue to do this hard work that really not a lot of people thank you for. Or you can work diligently in school, develop a set of skills, and find a way to make money doing something that you love. Yeah, the second is way more vague. I didn't know what the plan was. but it seemed more hopeful. And so the choice was really clear for me, right? I worked diligently in school and I fell in love with learning. I am a very curious person, and again, for those of you that know me, I ask a lot of questions. So naturally, I excelled in school. My work ethic, compiled with my curiosity, led to my success. I am now a published scientist with a very impressive academic record, and I am very proud of the person that I have become. But the thing that I am most proud of is the army of people that I have gathered along the way. There's people who believe in me, who support me, and who love me. I am a sunshine. When I walk into the room, people are happy to see me. That's something that I am so proud of. The fact that my friends are willing to take time out to come with me, I think says a lot about who I am. But again, that is a product of the amount of love that I have received from others, and I try to put that outward. I have a job that makes me happy, and a support system that shares my happiness with me. I am proud of who I am. I already said this. I'm curious, and I really want to know what comes next. I was able to reach my definition of success because I was blessed to have people who believed in me. For every one person that said, Maria is going to be too hard, as if I already didn't know that, there was 9 people who motivated me. 9 people who said, it's going to be hard, but you can do it. You've done well so far. Even coming out to this talk, I was a mess of nerves over there. And they're like, you can do it. It's fine. You will do great. So I really had those people to push me forward. Thanks to Schuler, I was the first in my family to go to high school. And thanks to my teachers, my professors in college, and my friends, I was the first in my family to go to graduate school. I really have had the support system to help me accomplish anything that I set my mind to. You all know that high school was a roller coaster, or unless everyone had a smooth line that was easy. If you did, you should share your advice with others, because some of us were not that lucky. So the same way that high school was a roller coaster, so will college. You will have ups and downs, and some downs will seem like they're never gonna go up. So really finding that support system is very important. I want to share 3 things that I struggled with in college and how I overcame them. The first one was choosing a concentration or a major, because everybody calls it different. I am a very curious person, so choosing something to focus on was very difficult, which was a wonderful problem to have, right? It meant that there was a lot of things that I could explore. But thankfully, I had the mentors and older Schuler Scholars and professors and new friends who helped me make the correct decisions. One thing that I want you to know is that you shouldn't choose the classes that you're going to take. Listen very carefully. You should not choose the classes that you're going to take based on the concentration. It should be the other way around. Find your class catalog. Find the classes that you want to take and see what major will fulfill those classes, and go do that. Because then the classes that you're taking will feel fun. You will literally ask yourself, how am I getting credit to do something that I love? And college will be so much easier than if you do it the other way around, of course, if you can. The second thing that I still struggle with is having too many things on my plate. Remember that quality will always be better than quantity. It is not good to stretch yourself too thin, otherwise you won't do things well. But again, I have professors who told me, it's okay, Maria, you can give this thing up. We will not hold this against you. And the third thing is, I think one of the most difficult things for me was earning a C, even though I worked very, very hard. And notice I said earned, not got. I earned that C, which means that I really studied. I went to office hours, asked professors questions, and I still got a C. I earned those C's. Two classes in which this happened were in genetics and limnology. Anyone know what limnology is? What is it?
It's the study of lakes.
Yeah, so limnology is the study of lakes. So now what I do is that I study a bunch of genetic tools to study ecosystems in lakes. So basically, I'm a geneticist who's also a limnologist. And I got C's in both of those classes. So, when I was applying to graduate school, I told my professors this, and they're like, we don't care, you've done enough to prove that you can do this. So, what I want you to get from that is, let this go to show that yes, grades are very important, but they will never get in the way of you accomplishing what you want if you are determined. You will find a way to make what you want a reality. Again, all along these times, I had my support system helping me make sure that I was staying healthy and happy even when times were difficult. Although I went to college knowing that I eventually wanted to go to graduate school and get a PhD, I didn't go right after because of some real life problems, like not having money. So when you apply to college, you need to pay for tests, you need to pay for applications, and you need to move to a brand new city. I'm a first generation student. I didn't have the money to do that. And I also didn't want to apply to graduate school and think that I was getting in as a token student. I wanted to make sure that when I was applying in, I was going to be accepted because I was an amazing researcher. So I took time off. I came home. So when I came home, my goal was to get a job as a research assistant, gain research experience, gain some money, go back to graduate school. And I did. But first, I had the wonderful opportunity of working as a Schuler Scholar, and I worked here for 2 years. During this time, I was very happy. I met a lot of wonderful people, and I gained wonderful teaching skills that have made me a very good teaching assistant now that I'm in graduate school. So if anyone ever wants to go to graduate school, become a scholar coach first so that you know how to talk to other people. It's a very important skill that will make, believe me, you will take you far. After my time and during my time in Schuler, I was always in contact with my professors who were ready to help me the moment I was ready to make the next step back into research. After Schuler, and Schuler was really, I'm not saying this because they told me to, I really mean it. Schuler was really supporting me all along the way when I was applying to research positions. They supported me and everything that I wanted to do. So anyways, after Schuler, I did a short research program at University of Michigan, and then I went on to Columbia for 2 years. I don't have a degree from Columbia, but it would be nice for me to do so. I was just a research assistant for 2 years, and I was part of a program that helps underrepresented students like myself who already have a bachelor's and want, it's basically Schuler, but for graduate school. It is very competitive. And some people were here in the room when I saw the application. My professor sends me an email and says, hey Maria, this program is wonderful for you, but the deadline was yesterday. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And so a very something that I would do, I email the professors at Columbia and I say, you know, I am perfect for this program. I understand that my application would be late, but can I still submit one? And they're like, you know, it's Thursday. We're not gonna read them until Monday. If you can have them in by Monday, we'll read it. So within like 24 hours, I'm not kidding you, my application was submitted. So I reached out to my professors, they wrote letters, and while they were writing letters, I was writing my essays. We like swap things, like we swap my CV and stuff back. We submitted that application within 24 hours. I was then accepted, and the 2 years that I did at Columbia resulted in 4 manuscripts, one in which I'm the main author. That's very impressive. I have 4 papers before I even started graduate school, right? So when the time did come for me to apply for graduate schools, and again, this was 4 years after I graduated, right? So now I had amazing teaching experience, and I had amazing research experience. So when I was applying to schools, like everybody wanted me. I applied to 6 out of the top 20 programs in my field, and I got into every single one of them. Remember, my parents didn't go to school, but my success is a collection of all the people that have helped me. And when I got in, I knew for a fact that I wasn't getting in because I was a Latina, right? There's not a lot of me in the geosciences, but I knew I was getting in because I was a good researcher. And what I want you to learn from that is that you have to make your own schedules. It doesn't have to be bachelor's, graduate school, God knows what. You have the power to say, I'm gonna take this time off, I'm gonna work on myself, I'm going to do this, and then I'll do whatever comes. Now at Chicago, I have the ability to study limnology and know more about the lakes. And I also have the ability to help my family and my community whenever I want. I also can have fun. I can go to as many K-pop concerts as I want and as many wrestling shows as I want because I can. These are things that I couldn't because my family, you know, we didn't have the money to do those things, but now I can do this. So I am my own like childhood hero. I can do the things that I want. And I want to say that although it may seem from the outside, well now I've told you, now you know that's not the case. But it may seem that I've had my journey all planned out. That's not the case. I've gone with the flow, which has given me a great peace of mind to do well in the things that I do. It's okay to not have your life planned out. But just note it, make sure that every single thing that you do, and this is the motto for Schuler, always try your personal best. Like really, true words, they're wisdom. Try your personal best and be nice to others, be good to others. No one will ever tell you, Maria, you don't deserve this position because you work too hard and you're too nice. If anyone says that to you, that's not a position you want. You should walk away. That's a good warning. Just walk away from there. The best advice that I can give you is to listen to the advice that other people give you. In fact, seek out people to be your mentors who are better than you. People who are smarter than you, who are nicer than you, who are kinder than you, who dress better than you, have better music taste, you name it. Just seek these people out. Seek for their advice and their criticism and listen to it. Sometimes it's not good to hear the things that we need to work on. But the same way that we update our cell phones constantly, we need to continue to update ourselves and become the better versions of ourselves that we can be. I think that you should all aim to become your own role models. Be people that you are proud of being. Be people that the person sitting here right now will be proud of being. It won't be easy, but you can do it. I want to remind you all that you are here because you chose to, right? You guys have done all the hard work to get here yourselves. Yeah, and this is a whole bunch of cliches, but they're all true, so please do listen. The only person who determines what you can and cannot do is you. Remember this. You have to believe in yourselves, challenge yourselves, push yourselves, and care for yourself above all else. You cannot accomplish success if you are not healthy in body and mind, so please be kind to yourselves. It won't be easy, but you all already know that. It hasn't been easy thus far. Remember that you are not alone, like Jason was saying. You have a family, you have friends, you have everyone at Schuler, including us alumni, who have gone through many of the things that you guys might have to go through. Reach out to us. For those who have helped you and update them on the journey and the part that you are at, believe me, they're going to be very excited to hear from you. We as scholars are privileged that we had someone who recognized our hard work and helped us to accomplish a goal that we have. There are many students in this world who do not have that privilege. So knowing that, go on and accomplish your dreams. But please don't forget to help others whenever you can and try to pay it forward. I'm going to end with a short activity because I work with students and I like activities. I want you all to close your eyes. Everyone, even the non-students, close your eyes. And first, I want you to thank yourselves. There are things that you have done and have to gone through that many other people don't know. Acknowledge that. Wrap up your thought. I know you're minding more time, but I'm running out of time here. Now, I want you to think of 3 people that have helped you get this far, that you are thankful for. I want you to find these people within the week, and I want you to thank them. Now you can open your eyes. Please repeat step 1 and 2 often. We live in a society where we need more love. Remember to thank the people that you appreciate, and remember to tell those that you love them before they're not here. Make sure that you take good care of yourselves. You have to come first no matter what. Thank you all for your attention. I'm excited to see what comes next for all of you. Go become your own role models. Another cliche. Be the change you want to see. I really do. Be the change you want to see. Congratulations and thank you.